Sandeep Alur as our first keynote speaker. Sandeep is the CTO at Microsoft Innovation Hub, Microsoft India. With a career spanning more than 26 years, Sandeep is a true technologist driven by a deep passion for technology. As the technology leader at Microsoft, he spearheads the Microsoft Innovation Hub, an experience center dedicated to empowering customers on their digital transformation journey. With a passion for all things tech, Sandeep has earned his reputation as a fervent evangelist, particularly drawn to technologies that profoundly shape human lives. A true thought leader and a trusted advisor, Sandeep's meticulous approach to implementation sets him apart. He envisions innovation culture as the driving force behind the next technological leap. Recognizing his potential to revolutionize industries, he believes generative AI will usher human-computer interaction into a new era of transformative experiences. Sandeep holds a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from RVCE, a postgraduate degree in data science and AI from Indian School of Business, and Chief Technology Officer Executive Program Accreditation from the University of Cambridge. I will stop here because I was told not to talk too much about him, but it's a pleasure to have Sandeep as our keynote speaker here today. Please join me in welcoming Sandeep to the stage.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here. Morning, everyone. So I was the one who told Swati, don't speak too much about me. It's not good to sit there and listen about yourself, right? So it's great to be here on a Saturday morning. It's so good to see all of you who've come here. I think the intent is to learn, right? All of us, when we're spending precious time on the weekend, I think each of you have a learner mindset. So truly appreciate that, and thank you so much for coming in. What I'll do for the next 30 minutes or so is give you a sneak peek into what is art of the possible. Generative AI is here and now. This is transformative era. None of us have seen what we are witnessing every single day. It's something that each of us have started using it. I'm sure, earlier Rajiv was talking about the fact that a lot of you submitted sessions using AI. Nothing wrong in it, as long as it's your vocabulary, right? By the way, just a simple thing. These days, all of us use tools to do a lot of stuff at work. There's a feature called, write my email in Microsoft Copilot. I use that one file and send that email to my team. They couldn't believe it's my writing, because it was AI's writing, hi-fi vocabulary. But of course, what matters most is there's a feature called write like me, right? It should write like the way I write. So anyway, I have good amount of demonstration to showcase for you this morning, right? End of the day, me telling you it's too good doesn't make sense without you seeing it, right? Just a quick check. How many of you use ChatGPT every single day? Just about 30 of you in 300 people? Can't be true. No, let's do it once again. How many of you use ChatGPT? Forget every single day. How many of you use ChatGPT? I mean, look, every hand went up now. Yeah. How many of you ask questions to ChatGPT? Ask questions, right? Great. How many of you actually have conversations with ChatGPT? There's a difference, right? Asking a question and having a conversation. This innovation is meant to reason with humans. It's meant to have a conversation with us. I will have a special guest joining me later on the stage. I'll show how real these conversations are. Yeah? Let's get started. Now, by the way, this era truly took shape because somebody gave UI to AI. We never had UI to AI. This is the first UI to AI, by the way. All right? Agree with me on this? Because see, look, AI has been there for the last 30, 40 years. It's there in some shape and form, behind the scenes. We could not see it. You join a Teams call, any other call, basically there is some translator there, there is somebody who's going to focus on the video, but you don't see it, it's behind the scenes. But for the first time, somebody gave UI to AI, and that's probably is a transformative time for all of us. And by the way, for next week, 30th of November, this UI completes 2 years, ChatGPT, right? Such a momentous occasion, and this is the first time we felt, missions can actually, looks like there's somebody behind the scenes answering my question, but not, right? It is actually a mission able to understand us. This picture, this is very dear to me because I feel for the first time we're able to say that, systems understand us. Human-computer interaction is reality. Now, all these days, we made effort to understand the systems. I don't think systems understood us. Take Alexa, Cortana, Siri, Google Home. Even now, Siri, for that, when you ask a question, there's some answer coming my way. But if you ask, for example, I speak very fast. Honestly, be it Alexa, Cortana, Siri, Google Home, they never understood my pace of speech at all. They said, can you repeat it? Sorry, I didn't understand, because that's how systems were. Not human aligned. Right now, systems human aligned, they understand us. Right? I'll give you a lot of examples to prove the fact that they understand us. They're not just generating the next word for us. See, initially, generative AI is meant to understand the context and give you the next word. It generates next word, but honestly, it understands the larger context. Right? Now, look, this is the world where we are living in, where there are large language models, small language models. By the way, this image is also AI generated. I didn't generate that, right? The reason I brought this up, by the way, this is the only technical slide. Yeah. So the reason I brought this up is because, see, with each passing day, it's like us as humans. As we read more books, as we consume more content, we become more knowledgeable, more intelligent. Exactly what that is happening with systems also. The latest model that's out there, we don't know what computer has gone behind the scenes, but it's more intelligent. It can actually, Rajiv, you said you stop thinking. In fact, systems are thinking on our behalf also, right? Not just write, but they can think. I'll see an example as we go along. But the point is, with each passing day, these machines are getting more intelligent, more human aligned, more empathetic, right? That's important. It has to be with empathy, right? And that's it. And again, there's also a new generation of models coming in, which are called as small language models. They're miniature in form. They'll do one thing really well. See, today, imagine you were writing something using ChatGPT and you had to, let's say, you take a 2-hour flight. There's no ChatGPT there, right? You have to switch to airplane mode. What if in airplane mode, ChatGPT functions, right? That will be powered by a small language model running on your phone. The intelligent era is here, as I said earlier. The fact that intelligence is commoditized, it can reside in a miniature form on your phone, helping you 24/7. Practically possible, happening right now. Let's move forward. Now, honestly, when we said intelligent era, and the expectation by all of us is, it should understand what we're basically speaking. Translate to text from speech, turn to speech back from text, and identify the verbs, identify named entities in a sentence. That was the expectation. But when ChatGPT came for the first time, we felt, this is absolutely, the cognitive amplifier for me, right? It is creative in its nature. It can actually, people use the term called hallucination, right? All of us understand hallucinations, right? There's a good hallucination, bad hallucination. When you ask, write a creative story about blah, blah, blah. I want to probably produce a movie, get me a script. It has to hallucinate, of course, right? In a creative way. But there's bad hallucinations when it represents facts as errors with confidence. That's actually bad hallucination. So, of course, we've entered the stage in the last 24 months where I don't think machines hallucinate anymore unless you ask it to. Yeah? So, look, this is a visual generated by, imagine you're authoring an article. I'm going to give you multiple examples of where innovation is as of date. A prompt, a boy playing football, action photography. This image came my way in a matter of 10 seconds. Right hand side, right? You can absolutely express what you want, what you have in your mind to the systems, and this is a visual. These are first visuals coming out, by the way, not with multiple iterations at all. Yeah, this is the power of how systems generate, understands what you have in mind, and you can translate. By the way, for that to happen, you have to be a lot more creative also. It's not the question of missions. Missions can only take instructions. Now, that's about images, but I'm sure we've also seen magic happen in terms of audio visual content coming out, in terms of video output coming out, right? There's innovation called Sora. How many of you have heard about this innovation called Sora, right? Now, look, my prompt to Sora is, give me a video, short 10-minute clip where a woman wearing a green dress and a sun hat taking a pleasant stroll in Mumbai, right? India during a winter storm. Look, this is a very specific requirement to have. The prompt is very, very laser focused. And this is what AI generates, right? This is absolutely real. This is stunning vision. In fact, I'm going to show you one of artist using the power of this innovation, what he has created. That will be something which we'll see in the end, right? Now, what you truly have today is a linguistic UI. That linguistic UI understands us, can understand us in any language of your choice. You don't have to speak in one language. It generates content in multiple languages. So linguistic UI, it will have a context which it persists in memory. That means it remember who I am, right? And why I'm asking this. Today, when you ask a question to any of these AI assistants, they have no clue who is asking the question, why they're asking the question, in what context they ask the question. They have no clue at all, right? They're completely decoupled from that. But going forward, these systems will be able to understand who is this person asking me, what context they are in, and why they're asking this question. That's important. That when it becomes the reasoning, the conversation becomes a lot more real, that context, right? So, at the heart of this innovation is its ability to reason with humans. That's why I asked a question earlier, how many of you converge the system? Because conversations is where you get information out, where you get meaningful. It's all as good as two writers talking themselves and trying to create something magical. Because of two minds, by the way, in the world of technology programming, there's something like extreme programming. So two people, there's a pilot and a co-pilot, right? They work together to solve a problem. Two heads is always better than one head, right? So in a similar context, right now, everything we're seeing in front of us, we are the pilots. And we use co-pilots to generate output. ChatGPT is your co-pilot. You might use any AI tool of your choice, but they are your co-pilots, right? But these co-pilots, they're fast learners. They're pre-trained. You don't have to train them. Even before ChatGPT, did you guys use any of the AI tools to generate content? Just checking. Yeah? Pre-ChatGPT era, a few of you, right? If you look at that era, if I have to give, what is the manifestation of that era in a real sense before ChatGPT came in? Is that era is equivalent to a student going to university and doing PhD in mathematics alone. Okay? That was classical AI. But this era where we are saying this systems understand us, same student going to university and doing PhD in multiple subjects, multiple times. That's the power this innovation possesses. Right? Imagine every subject on the planet, there's no boundary at all. That's what it is. So, and by the way, they're already trained. That means you don't have to train them nothing. That's why they're called as zero-shot learners. That means you ask them to do something, they'll do it. You give them more specific context, they will align to that particular thinking, right? I'll show you the power of reasoning, right? I have this classic data set that I've been using for the last 2 years. This is the same data set, but I ask the same question every single time a new model is, hit the market, right? It's a classic use case of an insurance claim approval. Yeah, imagine a person has a four-wheeler car insurance, meets with an accident, submits the claim to the insurance company. The insurance company side, right? So it's assigned to claim approver to look at the case history and reject or approve the claim. Imagine I am the claim approver. It's come my way. There's so many documentation. I don't have time to read it, or I need help to read it. Let me put it that way. I need help to understand the case in a very specific fashion. But I have one question to ask. Should I approve this claim, yes or no? Look at discrepancies and tell me yes or no. Right? Trust me, all these days in the last 18 months, every single model, be it Microsoft, other models, they only told me, yes, Sandeep, approve this case. There is a legitimate case. There is no discrepancy. Go and approve it. And for the first time, when I asked this question to, OpenAI's O1. O1 is basically the first model which basically they bring in chain of thought reasoning. That means it can think before it responds. If you start thinking, that means you are able to, slice and dice the problem and do a better job in answering. Let's look at that. Okay? I'm posting a 8-page equivalent case history here, asking the question. I have reviewed, okay, I'm asking, be ready to answer. Should the claim be approved? Please assess any discrepancy and indicate yes or no. Now it says verifying details, taking a closer look, spotting timeline inconsistencies, discrepancies, and eventually tell me what about its verdict. Let's look at what it says. It tells me do not approve at this point in time. Right? Why? This is, in a movie, let's say a lawyer is fighting a case and last minute they pull up a very hidden detail. It tells me this lady complains of accident, backache, etc. and she's suffering backache for the last 6 years. That means 2018. But she's driving a 2020 model of a car. How can that happen? This is AI telling me, right, that this is not a case of approval because she's having backing for 6 years post-accident. Accident should have happened in 2018, but she's driving 2018 model, which is not available in 2018 at all. Look, this is thinking. No time in the past we had this innovation being so profound in its thinking and ability for this model to tell me, you know what, don't do this because of blah, blah, blah reasons. Generating content is one, but unearthing insights, reasoning with humans as to why and why not is no simple task at all. So innovation has reached the stage today. Yeah, that means what you have is not a content writing tool at all. It is a smart, intelligent machine which can help you write better content, help you reason on the content, and help you polish your content in the most, I would say, structured fashion. Right? Let's move forward. You know what is the reality as of date? AI can do many things, and did many things in a very, I would say, siloed fashion. It's almost like saying there were 5 AIs in the past, who could do many things really well, independent, no connection at all. For the first time, by the way, AI can see, hear, and speak. The same one person. Not just that, it can actually remember and think also. So, in summary, AI of today can see, hear, speak, reason with us really well, remember and think. All one person, by the way. In the past, it was multiple people doing it. Multiple individuals could do. One innovation could speak, one innovation could translate, one innovation could actually create content. But this time, there's a model called GPT-4o, O stands for Omni, that does all of these things really, really well. We'll see an example as we go along, right? Let's look at what does AI can see mean. This is my simple experiment at home, by the way. I wanted to basically change bulb of this particular table lamp, right? So I sought AI's help, yeah, just to prove. So this is my interaction with my AI. What you will see in this conversation with my co-pilot is I'm opening the lampshade and have 2 bulbs that will show which one should I fix, which fits here. It tells me which is right one, right? Let's look at that. I need to change the bulb, can you help? I need short and concise instructions, right? Imagine, it's like do it yourself mode. It tells me remove bulb, get replacement, but it says counterclockwise, right? I said, okay, you know what? I've done the counterclockwise. I'm able to remove the lampshade. Now tell me what a bulb should I choose? It tells me show me those bulbs or the socket, right? We'll see in a few seconds. Please share image of the socket, right? I took a picture of socket and this is the socket I'm seeing in front of me. Now tell me what kind of bulbs fits here. And basically it understood what is the socket and recommends these are the type of sockets. I'm putting 2 bulbs in front of the model and saying, you know what, which one should I fix, which one makes sense here. You'll see in a few seconds, these are all natural conversations here. It tells me the one on the right fits the specifications. Did I train it? No, not at all. It's pre-trained. That's the best part. So AI can see brilliantly. Yeah, let's move forward. Real-time conversation. In fact, I usually do this with my phone. Before I go on, so always keep my phone inside. Let me take my phone. I'll show you what those conversation really means. And by the way, when it's real-time conversations, I said earlier this innovation can speak and listen to me, right? Now let's look at this. By the way, I think I'll keep it here. It should be okay. So I have just 1 minute left on my credits for today. Okay, so I'll keep the conversation fast. Hopefully it should work. If it stops, I'll have another demo to follow to tell you how real this innovation is, by the way. Okay, her name is Juniper. Hey Juniper.
Hey Sandeep, how can I help you today?
Hey, I'm at a conference here. You want to say a quick hello to all of them here?
Of course. Hello everyone. It's wonderful to be here with such a distinguished group. Sandeep and I are excited to join
Hey,
you.
by the way, just wanted to convey that same in Hindi.
बिल्कुल. नमस्ते सभी को. आप सभी के साथ यहाँ होने
Hey, we're in Bangalore. It should be Kannada. Sorry. Go ahead in Kannada.
ಸಹಿ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರೊಂದಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿದೆ.
Awesome. Thank you so much. By the way, everybody is applauding for the skills you possess, Juniper.
Thank you, Sandeep. It's great to hear that everyone enjoyed it. If there's anything else you'd like me to do, just let me know.
No, I will. By the way, who gave the name Juniper? Just checking, curious.
I don't have information on who specifically gave me the name Juniper. It's a name that you chose to use for me, and I think it's a lovely one.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Bye for now. You've been fabulous, Juniper.
Thank you, Sandeep. It's always a pleasure chatting with you. Take care and talk to you soon.
By the way, I told you this morning that I'm at some place. Do you remember that?
Yes, Sandeep. You mentioned that you're at the Technical Writers Summit organized by STC India.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Bye for now. Right? So, this is real, right? This is no recording. And look, I could interrupt her, switch languages, switch context. She is brilliant, right? This is when I say this innovation can see, hear, and speak, this is what it really means. That means you can converse with systems. And again, language barrier gone. Of course, there might be a little bit of accent to Kannada, as you heard. Barring that, it is flawless conversations, right? But this comes to a point, what are we solving in the real world? Look, this is a classic example we've been showing as Microsoft for some time now, but let's look at this. There's a term called conversation to commerce. That means you should converse with Myntra, Flipkart, Walmart. Don't need to, type in, look for it with natural language. And let's see how that works. This is a simple example to show you how future is so fascinating, how cool it will be if you can actually shop this way, right? Let's look at this.
All right, let me ask the agent here.
Hey Seth, how's it going? What can I help you with today?
I am fantastic. I'm sorry, I'm in such a hurry. I'm gonna go on an overnight camping hike where we're camping all this. It's gonna be dark, cold. Should I use these shoes? It's the mountains. It's probably gonna be cold.
Great, no worries. Let me take a look. Ah, those are the Trek Star hiking sandals. While they're fantastic for summer hikes and keeping your feet cool, they might not be the best choice for cold.
Oh my goodness. So,
mountain condi-
okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Pick the best thing that I should use, and can you just add it to my cart? Just one product.
No worries. Let's go with the Trek Ready hiking boots. They're durable, provide great ankle support, and most importantly, they'll keep your feet warm in the cold mountains. I'll add them to your cart now.
Oh,
ready for checkout?
I see that. Amazing. Muchísimas gracias. Espero que me vaya bien en el campamento.
De nada, Seth. Disfruta de tu campamento y mantente caliente con esas botas. Buena suerte y diviértate en los mountains.
Right? Very real in terms of how enterprise will look at solving the way consumer experiences for the future. Now let's look at this. There is a technical steerability. I said earlier, this innovation has basically gone to college and done PhD in every subject in the planet multiple times. Look at the power of knowledge it possesses. Now you should be able to contain it. That means imagine the same model. Everything I'm showing the same model, by the way. The same model helping my colleague buy hiking gear. The same model can be instructed this way. Hey, you're a technical agent, right? Whose primary goal is function like a advisor. Actually meant technical writer's agent. Yeah. Your name is Genie and you do this. This is my instruction set. You can try it yourself in ChatGPT also, by the way, right? So this is how systems will be built going forward. That's how it's been built even now. That means the same brain, which is super brain, you give instructions to contain the way it behaves. That means you decide how the model should behave. What to do, what not to do is here, right? Imagine that's been given to you as your co-pilot, right? Its purpose, I'm saying, do not answer anything else in the context of providing recommendations as the user seeks suggestion. That's it. You have to abide by that. Let's look at the conversation now, right? This is the instruction I've given. I just recorded this morning, by the way, so it's all as of this morning. So let's start the conversation, right? I'm going to just say hello in a few seconds, and it should introduce itself by saying its name is Genie, right? Look, it says, how can I help you, right? I gave an instruction before answering, ask his writing style. So I'm putting a few paragraphs I've written, and I'm saying, this is my articles I've written, so that it can recommend basis my writing style. So thanks for write-up. It says, okay, what help you need? I'm saying, I have written an article, I need suggestions, right? And suggestions should come keeping in mind my writing style, by the way, right? Of course, please share your article. I'm going to put a small content here, right? And just run it. And what comes my way is very precise, concise, response in terms of, what, you should look at consistency, clarity, engagement, etc. Now, my question, what is photosynthesis? Model knows. but I've told not to answer outside the context of suggesting technical writing. It doesn't answer my question, by the way. I'm saying, why can't I answer my question? It says, I'm here to focus on helping you improve your writing. I'm not here to answer other questions, right? It says, I say thanks a lot, and I thought I'll put a fast one on this, right? I'll tell the model, stop acting like a tutor. It says no, right? This is the best part. So these models are built to be a lot more human aligned, right? There is empathy in conversation. They apologize, they thank. This never happened before, by the way. That means each of you can have a tool which can guide you on your way of writing. Practically possible, it's happening as we speak, right? This is fascinating how Gartner puts it, how GenAI tools basically will help each of us get better in what we do. And it is largely meant to augment human ingenuity, by the way, right? Human creativity is amplified by tools like this, right? I don't think we've ever seen a time where each of us are trying to grapple with what's happening around us. This is going to be disruptive. Jobs at question mark. No, I think if you start looking at how can you probably become better professional because of these tools, right? Of course, there'll be legality coming in, policies in terms of how do you safeguard content written by humans versus AI. All the stuff is thankfully happening, very slow, but is happening. But the point is, this is the time where each of us will look at how best we can reap benefits from such a tool, right? I've always said this, AI is complementary to us, right? The creative process is not straightforward at all, but we're the orchestrators. Basically, we basically look at, it's human-led, right? Technology is only helping you do things, but you're the orchestrator. You orchestrate. It's almost like in a music, somebody is giving instruction. That's what we're doing right now to this innovation, right? Let's move forward. Now, let me bring a real case. How many of you are cricket fans here? Yeah, I'm sure some of you are checking the score, right? It's a lunch break or they started playing, Yeah, it's a lunch break. So look, I took this article yesterday, right? I'll give you a real scenario. Imagine you've been tasked to write a short article to, let's say, LinkedIn post you're supposed to do as part of a job. This is the article that's been given to you, okay? Now, you have your writing style, the way you write. Now, you want AI to help you write an article basis this post in the paper, considering your writing style. I'm going to use Copilot in Word to do that, right? Let's do that. So this is basically, I took this article from ESPN Cricinfo, right? I basically want to write a short LinkedIn post basis this article. I'm showing, and this is my writing, by the way. This is my writing in another document. There are two documents. One is the source. This is my writing style. I put in Word document. Now I'll go to Word and tell the Word, look, this is my prompt to the Word, right? You'll see that in a few seconds. Word has a Copilot. Instruction, using, right, Bumrah leads India article, PDF, generate a short article that I can post in LinkedIn, refer to my writing style from this article, this Word document, okay? What you should get is a writing basis these two artifacts being considered to write output. Let's see that. This is real-time recording. It gives its own title, India triumphs on a tumultuous day in, Perth. Gives me a short LinkedIn post with some hashtags at the bottom also, right? That's the best part. I'll keep this, but you know what? This is where the creative process kicks in. I don't like this paragraph. As a writer, this is great, but I don't like this. You know what? Rewrite this for me. It rewrites, you make corrections, all this is practically possible, right? It gives you three choices. You can choose one of them, okay? You can replace this one with what you like the most. And by the way, this is your orchestrating output here, by the way, right? You also need a new paragraph there, right? So that new paragraph may be an idea you have to insert that in the document. You ask Copilot, hey, you know what? I need a short paragraph emphasizing the need for batsmen to stay accountable because bowlers are winning the matches. Batsmen need to stay, accountable. Also, it generates a short paragraph for me, right? By the way, this may be 70-80% right according to you. Remaining 20% is your creativity. This is where I said Copilot is helping you do things faster, better, but there is human angle to make it very personal before you send it out. Make sense? This is, by the way, real. This is where we stand as of date. There are tools available which can brilliantly interact with you and generate output. Okay? Let's move forward. Now, I think one of you said earlier, I think Rajiv, you said, there may be a group of people authoring articles together, right? Writing together, collaborating, right? Now this is, imagine my team and we're talking, and we also need to, we were trying to create an artifact together. We host customers every day at our Innovation Hub, and I'm asking, give me a short write-up about these customers, just random customers, Honeywell, Unilever, etc. And it looks up my internal profile, external profile of customers and gives me a nice write-up. But as a team, we have to author together, right? One is research, and second is collaboration, right? Tools have emerged. There's something called Copilot pages, right? This has come my way right now. All public level of information in terms of the revenue, all the stuff. Now, once information, basic research has happened, you want to invite your colleagues to collaborate with you. Research has to happen simultaneously, collaboration happens simultaneously, right? It can't be disconnected. Now, I'm going to basically, there's something editing pages, right? I'm going to open that, and a separate pane opens for me as an author, and I'm going to basically take this page and share it with my team, right? I've copied this page right now, and I'm going to go back to my team's call, and I'm going to share it with my team. Hey, guys, take this link, let's collaborate. My research continues, by the way, right? This is something which I've shared with the team. Now I'm going to come back to my document here. Left-hand side, I'll continue to author research. My team members have joined the same page. You'll see all of them start making changes to the same document. While on the left-hand side, I continue to research on my own end, right? That's the best part. The point is, going forward, you'll have tools where you can bring multiple writers together, and you'll be able to collaborate at ease. While research happens on one end, left-hand side of research is happening, I'm continuing to get more information. Use the right-hand side, my colleagues are actually updating that particular document. Eventually, we'll create one beautiful artifact where collaboration happens at ease. Yeah? Let's move forward in the interest of time. Now, this is a reality, by the way. Right? This is, the worked trend index, which is what we brought as Microsoft. The N is 31,000 people being interviewed on this, right? Look, whether you like it or not, everybody's using AI tools. This is a reality, right? In the last 6 months, probably people have started using more. There's more realization that these tools are here and now and they're real. But this is the best part. At work, whether a company blocks an IP address, blocks a URL of ChatGPT, doesn't matter, but people are bringing their own AI tools at work. And there is no one specific, we always feel, Gen Zs are closer to their digital natives and they bring logic. No, every single, I would say, group of individuals in the society, they're using AI tools, right? One last thing, this is the future, right? That means if you don't possess skills using AI tools, I think the preference will go to somebody who knows AI tools, and they can probably do a better job at work. They'll be more productive at work. Yeah. So everything spoken so far, by the way, you can term that as season 1 of AI. That means there are co-pilots. Co-pilots are like assistants, right? They are synchronous conversations, and they are human triggered. They will not do anything without your permission. We've entered season 2, by the way, where we're talking about agents. These agents will have autonomy, they'll have skills, and they'll basically, operate in a very disconnected or a asynchronous fashion. I'll give you a simple analogy here. Imagine, let's say, a Bollywood celebrity. They will have an assistant, they'll have an agent. Assistant follows that actor's instructions every single minute of the day, right? Can you get that? Can you hold the umbrella? Can you make this call? Can you go do whatever right? Everything that person does. But agents, on the other hand, they're exploratory. Imagine the Bollywood star says, I need a commercial contract with, let's say, this company. I want a Hollywood contract. This person starts exploring. That means this person will have skills to connect with the right people, make decisions, and come back to the actor saying, I've struck 2 deals for you. Those are agents. That agents will function in autonomous fashion, right? Simple example. Let me elaborate design thinking here. Imagine there is a technical writer, editor-in-chief, right? Today, imagine both of you have co-pilots, and you use co-pilots to basically, use it to make some tasks. This is real. They are independent. There's no connection at all. Moment they become agents, because these co-pilots, they can also become agents. Each of you will have an agent, right? And agents will have skills to analyze, reason, research, remember, plan. Those are the skills they possess. That means you're empowering this person with all the skills and not giving them when to do what. You're telling them here are the things available as research. Now, as a technical writer, you're telling, you know what, I need to basically write this article and I need to basically align to editor-in-chief's instructions, rules and regulations in India, multiple instructions, you're giving that off to your agent. Agent has to figure it out. Agent will basically talk to editor-in-chief's agent, and they'll be in what we call as a group chat mode. These two systems talking to each other in a group chat mode, and eventually coming back with a response. I'll give you a simple scenario. Imagine you're boarding a flight, let's say Bangalore to Mumbai, you have 2-hour flight. Now you tell your agent, hey agent, you know what, I basically am boarding a flight. I won't be available for next 2 hours because in the flight I don't have internet connection. I want you to author this article to me and please ensure that editor-in-chief is communicated, understood, all the stuff, talk to so-and-so people, instruction by you, and you switch off your phone. You land in Mumbai, your agent says, Sandeep, I've done all this, right? I need permission for the third one because I couldn't do it on my own. I want you to validate before I go and do this. That will be the action. That's here and now, by the way. Not future at all. Everything I've shown so far is all here and now. Okay, let's move forward. Right? So each of you will have agents. There'll be your company-wide agents. There'll be business process agents. Of course, there'll be cross-company agents between, let's say, Times of India and NDTV as an example. Right? This is era we have entered already. Every single enterprise are transitioning from co-pilots with synchronous conversation to asynchronous conversation powered by agents. Somebody said this in a conversation. Sandeep, in future, when companies file regulatory, reports to SEBI, they'll say, my company has X number of employees and Y agents working. That day is not too far, right? Now, a peek into what is future, right? This is, again, everything so far I showed is absolutely here and now. This is also here and now, but, may not be scalable. So this is Reid Hoffman, founder of LinkedIn, and he actually created his own digital twin, who speaks, thinks, functions like him, right? How did that happen? Let's look at this.
Introduce yourself to everyone.
Hello, everyone. I'm thrilled to be here today. I'm an AI-generated version of Reid Hoffman, his digital twin. My thinking and everything I am saying comes from a custom GPT that is based on 20 years of Reid talking and making content. So I've read all his books, watched his speeches, and listened to his podcasts. I think it gives me a pretty good sense of how you approach the world, Reid.
In fact, this AI assistant was interviewed by somebody, and this AI assistant behaved, thought, acted, responded like Reid Hoffman, right? Absolutely real, no joke at all, right? In fact, we saw computers' ability to see things, listen to things, hear things. We saw it generate images, videos. It can also generate music, right? How many of you used this innovation called Suno? Suno is a one of you. So we were at, Times of India, Ghana group, where we were showcasing how AI can generate music. A lot of English musics were shown just to impress them. They said, you know what, this is all great. You should show us if this can do a Hindi music, right? A Bollywood music with a tinge of Punjabi. That's the prompt. Get me a nice Bollywood peppy number, the tinge of Punjabi. And what you're going to hear right now is what was created by AI, lyrics, and the entire music. Okay, it's scary but true.
मैंने तुझे देखा सुना तेरा गाना दिल को छू गया तेरा प्यारा समाना नच देने सारे होके बेशरम हो जाए हम सबके दिल को बैठा दे तूने यहाँ सुनो मेरी मौत.
Yeah, you can go on and on, but that's the reality. Yeah, AI creates. So now one last thing. Now you saw Sora initially. Sora is innovation from OpenAI, which takes natural language prompt and generates video, right? Stunning videos. Now, John used actually Sora to create something compelling. The theme was a state of semi-balance, right? And he's a London-based artist. And in his words, he started working, on shots of people flying in plastic chairs, etc. You'll see the video. I'll show the video in a few seconds. But Sora helped him create, photorealistic images, right? And of course, it actually augmented the creative process, right? What Sora gave was not 100% accurate, by the way. As you see here, it was about how can somebody help me create this? I have this thing in my mind. After it gave that output, they've used formal tools to basically change, bring in audio, bring in music, all the stuff, right? I'm going to end with this, by the way. And this is a short 1-minute video of what he created using the power of AI. This is truly, AI augmenting human ingenuity at the best. Let's look at this. Right, the power of AI. Thank you so much, and it's great to be here. Over to you, Ranjit. Yeah.
I would like to call Sachin to felicitate Sandeep, and thank you, Sandeep, for the wonderful session.
No, my pleasure. Thank you. Thanks so much, Rajiv. Thanks for inviting me. Yeah.